And who can make Lazio tick. Brocchi though, starting in midfield. We'll see how he gets into the flow of the match. Juventus though, Pogba is an excellent player and he's arrived on time.
He has indeed. Orsato kicking proceedings off this evening. The referee is Orsato. We're away here in Turin. Juventus in the all black, playing from left to right of your screens. Lazio, of course, in their traditional sky blue. As Vidal straight away pressed by Gonzalez, he gets the pass away to Marchisio. Now Juventus, as always, starting on fire as they push forward and put instantly Lazio on the back foot. Chiellini switching play over to Vidal. Gonzalez doesn't let him out of his sight, the Uruguayan. Vidal playing midweek in an international match, as always, getting sent off, as he so often does when he plays for Chile. As Piava intercepts that ball destined for Quagliarella. Now Radu, ball down the line for Hernanes, cut out by Barzagli. Here's Vidal, standing tall, he gets the pass away to Quagliarella, an opportunity straight away for Quagliarella, who can't quite pull the trigger, and Marchetti takes the ball comfortably in the end.
And that'll do Radu's confidence no end of good. He got the first touch, an important tackle in on Quagliarella. You're saying about Vidal getting sent off, at least it didn't have that far to travel, seeing as they were playing in Switzerland, just over the border.
As Pogba, wonderful skills by the 19-year-old as he avoided one challenge and was tackled in the end by Ledesma, bringing the first free kick of the match in favour of the home team. As Bonucci plays it across to Chiellini.
It's those frills in midfield that Conte doesn't appreciate that much from Pogba, as opposed to his timekeeping. Remember, Pogba not taken down to Pescara because he was late twice last week for training.
As the ball played into the box, Marchetti using his fists to push the ball to safety.
So you saw both sides of Pogba's game, the crunching tackle. Obviously that is what Conte adores. And then the back heel flick.
Andreva. Tackled by Samoa. Winning possession for Juventus and earning a round of applause for the Ghanaian, who has been so influential for this team.
And now that the two wide players they signed from Udinese are very much part of the first team, Isla on this near side right below us. Let's see how he attacks Radu. Nick Steiner looking tired this season, the former Lazio player.
And not taking any risks at the back, Piava using his keeper, but Marchetti taking a few risks of his own as he had a bit of trouble getting the ball past Giovinco.
Fine footwork there by Marchetti, something that Buffon will be quite envious about.
As Bonucci, a bit of an error there, sending the ball directly out of bounds, giving Lazio a chance now to try and attack Juventus for the first time. Here's Klose. Hernanes using Gonzalez, the ball played back to Radu. Here's Diaz. Lazio, of course, 3-2 victory over their rivals AS Roma last weekend, and a result really that can determine the season for a Roman team. Those Rome derbies, the third in a row for Lazio after taking both last season, and it has done them a lot of confidence.
What was important for Lazio is that they were sliding down the table. That win has boosted confidence, it's reset self-belief.
As Candreva pushes the ball into the area now.
We've also got to remember Petkovic at the start of the season said no other team is as strong as Lazio. He just needs his players to prove it week in, week out. Something he hasn't found so easy.
No, Lazio currently in fifth. Petkovic winning his first ever Rome derby against Zeman, of course, who's seen plenty of them. Now Conco, Candreva the 1-2. A chance for Conco to cross it into the area. Klose, Hernanes leaping high into the air. And the referee spotting an infringement. It's Gonzalez.
A handball by Gonzalez. Worrying amount of space for Juventus down the right-hand side. Lazio's right-hand side for Conco, former Juventus youth player.
Bonucci, Chiellini. Once again, the 3-5-2 formation for Antonio Conte. As Giovinco trying to use his speed to get past Diaz, didn't come off there. Gonzalez getting a boot to it now. Brocchi forward for Candreva, another former Juventus player. Scored 2 goals for Juventus as well in his short career with the Bianconeri. As Gonzalez straight through the middle, chested down by Colose. As Vidal, excuse me, Isla on the near side, keeping the ball in play. Here's his compatriot Vidal. Bellini going back to Vidal. He's been in exceptional form again this season. Hasn't taken him long to find his stride. Unlike last season, where the best of Vidal was towards the latter stages of the season. He's already scored 5 goals, the Chilean, this season.
Has yet to score against Lazio.
Maybe tonight is the night, as now Giovinco with Quagliarella in front of him. Likes to hold possession up. Out wide for Isla, chance for a cross now. Ball rebounding off Radu, who does exceptionally well, the Romanian, to stop Isla from getting the cross in, and then the foul by Maurizio Isla on Radu, earning Lazio a free kick.
In the opening 5 minutes, you never have thought Radu was making his first appearance from kick-off this season. Only his second appearance all year in Serie A. Another solid challenge, and they have the confidence to get away from Isla. The foul will give his team some breathing space. It's all been Juventus looking the sharpest of the two sides. So interesting to see how Quagliarella and Giovinco link up. The partnership worked to a dream last week against Pescara, a very young and experienced defence. However, in the previous matches, didn't work that well. The first time they linked up together against Fiorentina down in Florence, didn't work at all. Not sure if Juventus actually got a shot on target that evening. And also against Napoli, there was more misunderstanding between the two players.
Well, Conte really without Vucinic available. This was the best alternative in attack. As Vidal intercepts another important possession for Lazio, but Pogba giving the ball straight back to Brocchi.
But also one of the two will be playing for the starting jersey against Chelsea.
Here's Candreva taking the ball over halfway. He's got Conco in support. Decides to try and find Hernandez. A difficult ball in the end. Barzagli was up to the task of stopping that ball as Vidal back to Isla. Barzagli. What an important game, that Tuesday night match here at the Juventus Stadium against Chelsea. Really, a Chelsea win will see them qualify and knock Juventus out, so even a draw would be pretty negative for Antonio Conte's men. They'll need to get a win if they have any chance of progressing to the final knockout stages of the Champions League.
And if you look at the Chelsea team this afternoon, they've rested 4 or 5 possible first-team starters. Ramirez, Mata, Oscar. All these players have been rested, and there was talk up until yesterday's training session that Juventus would follow the same line. Barzagli, Isla, Marchisio, Asamoah were all meant to be rested. Instead, Conte, he saw his players in training, he saw they were all fit, they were all full of running, and he decided, why not play them?
Considering also AC Milan next weekend, and you've got the Turin derby, and another important Champions League fixture, of course, the final one against Shakhtar Donetsk. So it's a tall order for Juventus, and this really kicks off that long stretch of important matches, especially this week, a real season breaker.
And you've got to wonder, is it a sign that Conte has decided that these 11 players are by far his strongest and his best? And so in a kind of way, he's saying that those on the bench don't reach the same level. Does he not just want to change just for the sake of change?
Here's a Samoa. Takes on his opponent there, Candreva, with a block. Few appeals for a free kick, not given by referee Orsato. There's a quality ball there for Hernandez, and Vidal does exceptionally well in realising the danger, sprinting back and knocking the ball back to Buffon.
And Hernandez knew he had an opportunity there to turn and run at the Juventus defence. Wonderful vision by Candreva, great pass. He came here between January and June 2010. And when he signed Roberto Bettica, Juventus were struggling during the halfway point of that season. He said this will be the player who will lead us back to the top. A lot of weight on then the young player's shoulders. And he didn't last beyond the summer. But now at Lazio, he's found his feet and he's showing that the quality he has, he can reproduce during the matches and score some spectacular, important goals.
Has indeed 3 goals to his name in the season so far, including a brilliant free kick last weekend against Roma. As Jovinko fighting for possession, Ledesma comes away with the ball. Radu, Diaz. A long ball into the Juventus half, destined for Klose. The back pass from Chiellini, close to falling for the German, but Bonucci helping out his defensive teammate. It's now Lazio start again. Ledesma realising not too many options, he goes back to Marchetti. So they are missing Stefano Mauri, who was sent off in the derby. He's an important player for Lazio, the captain and playmaker as well.
He's also important because he pushes forward and he finds himself unmarked at times inside the penalty area, as he did here last season. Juventus, their record against Lazio is
rather atrocious.
Embarrassing reading for the club from the capital. No
indeed.
other side has beaten Lazio as often as Juventus. In the last 10 years, Juventus have not been defeated by the Biancocelesti.
Chiellini, Samoa. Quite get to the ball as Conco and Candreva team up again, flirting with the sideline there. The Frenchman does well to keep the ball in play, but Juventus unable to steal possession away from the Biancocelesti. Candreva takes on his opponent, finds Conco. The return pass was there, be it short. And another impressive performance there from Candreva, pushing his team forward. It'll be a throw-in now for Lazio. Conco. Diaz, Radu. 13 minutes gone, still no score at the Juventus Stadium. Another sellout crowd here this afternoon, despite the 6 o'clock kickoff. Only the second time this season that Juventus have kicked off in the earlier time slot. First was that win against Napoli. As Hernandez with a bit of fancy footwork against Vidal. Ledesma, good ball across for Conco, he can step up to shoot here. Instead he goes for Klose, who was in a scoring position there, just arriving a tad late.
I'm sure that was a shot from Conco. However, it almost turned into a perfect pass for Klose. In the German's instinct just to find himself in the right place at the right time. Send them into the penalty box. There's the skill from Hernandez.
As Quagliarella dispossessed by Gonzalez, and another ball forward for Candreva as Lazio now come into their own, and they earn the first corner of the match.
And like the last 6 o'clock kickoff, Marco, the opening minutes, the phase where both teams have just sat and studied each other. They've not pushed forward in great numbers. Cautious approach by both sides. We've gone 15 minutes, and now our first real opportunity inside the penalty box. This set piece. The referee always having to speak to somebody.
Striker Pogba. Up steps Kandreva. And Radu with a shot over the crossbar. Well, a free header in the area. And Juventus...
Free kick was awarded though there, Marco. The referee saw an infringement, saw a push by the Romanian. That's where Lazio fancy their chances from the set pieces, the corner kicks. And any free kick in and around the area. Pogba being chased there by Brocchi.
There's Piava with an error there, handing the ball straight to Asamoah, who can be dangerous here. He gets past Concor. The shot on goal is put away for a corner by Marchetti. Juventus get their first of the match after another positive insertion by Asamoah.
Great run there by Asamoah. As Javier Zanetti said, he is a handful. He never stops running. And that's Zanetti. He's a fine one to speak, isn't he?
The tractor. Rumours that he will sign for another season next year are circulating. As Jovinko steps this one in, Marchetti a comfortable catch in the end. At Jovinko corner, hit at the far post. There's now Concor. He's switched sides. As he goes back to his more right position. Lazio will throw it in now with Stefan Radu. Close it. Now connect the ball with Hernanes. Back to Buffon.
That was good covering work though by Claudio Marchisio. Just stepping in front of the other number 8 on the pitch. Nicking the ball away from Hernanes. Marchisio so far has been quiet though, no real runs towards the edge of the penalty box. But then again, Juventus don't have the same maestro in midfield. And here's Pogba almost getting caught. He's now found. He's going forward with Marchisio.
Asamoah, the ball across now for Quagliarella. It's just behind Fabio Quagliarella. He couldn't get back in time to get a shot on goal. But Marchisio with the pass there. We haven't seen much of him so far in this match.
There normally he'd be running forward with the deep midfielder catching the ball. Instead Pogba, he was caught in problems. Marchisio went in to help and then kick-started the counter-attack himself. And just that Quagliarella, if he could just have stretched out that leg, would have poked it back to Marchisio, who then would have had a shot on goal. Just one goal so far for Marchisio. You got the feeling last week against Pescara that he wanted to get his name on the score sheet yet again.
Pogba. There's this ball into the area for Jovinko. Piava had it covered. He plays it back. Now Quagliarella has a chance to cross it across. Here's Marchisio. Jovinko, the shot on goal, and Marchetti. And then Quagliarella hits the side netting. Well, the first real chance of the match coming in the 19th minute. A brilliant save from Marchetti on Jovinko, who for sure thought he'd scored.
They also got Marchisio. He had so much space, could have gone for himself. He decided to set up his teammate Jovinko. Marchetti got down just to touch the ball out. Here you can see onside Quagliarella. He then hit the side netting.
Well, what a save from Marchetti there, but I think he was very grateful that Quagliarella doesn't usually miss those kind of opportunities. But you see an injury here. And maybe problems for Diaz. The stretchers come on. And Diaz is limping heavily. And we see Siani, the French defender, warming up on the sidelines. And indeed it will be a substitution for Petkovic. Well, that's not a good sign for the visitors. As Diaz replaced by Michael Siani.
That is a big loss for Lazio. The experience of Diaz The sense of positioning is the player who marshals the defence. He's gone, in comes Serie, who against pacey forwards had some difficulty against Napoli, but almost everybody has difficulty against Napoli when they run straight at you. It was Edinson Cavani. Cavani was on fire that evening, and Serie had great difficulty. You might prefer the classic centre-forward like Matri to these two little live wires, Quagliarella and Giovinco, and already he's been taken out of position.
As indeed, it's only his third appearance in the league. As now Quagliarella with a great turn, the shot, and Serie blocks it. And that would have been dangerous for Marchetti had it passed by the French substitute. As Juventus now, a lot of lovely work from Marchisio. Shrugging himself away from Klose. Now, Pogba. Ball forward, Quagliarella goes down, appeals for a free kick. And Serie and Quagliarella tangling there, but the free kick going against Quagliarella. Much to the disapproval of the Juventus crowd.
You see the replay here. You see the Serie barging into the back of Quagliarella.
Well, the referee spotted maybe Quagliarella having a tug as well on the shirt of Serie. Well, it's hard to say, but eventually the free kick's been awarded. Marchetti with the restart. Straight to Chiellini. Well, taking a couple of risks there with Brocchi. Sprinting down on him. Manages to release. Bonucci. 22nd minute, no goals. A great chance for Juventus to open the scoring in 19 minutes. As Isla back to Vidal, the shot on goal.
I'm sure that was another attempted cross, Marco. Isla's had a very quiet opening 20 minutes. He's really hugging this touchline, obviously under strict orders from the coaching staff from Juventus, but one of his midfield teammates have tried to pick him out. That was the first time. Trying to stretch out that Lazio defence. Just wait to see more from Isla.
Well, Juventus have definitely shown that they haven't been able to start this game as aggressively as they usually have, and maybe that was a tactic that Petkovic has employed in making sure that there wasn't the space to do so.
Well, Lazio, the last 4 away matches have been 3, at least of those 4. They have been abysmal. They haven't scored in those 3 that they've lost against Napoli, Fiorentina and Catania. They've conceded 9 goals, just the 1 win in between there, and that was at Pescara.
It's true, Petkovic has mentioned that he regards this match as a big litmus test for the season. Wants to see how his team can perform against quality opposition. As Gonzalez intercepting a possible dangerous run from Quagliarella there.
It's also about personality, strength of character, and here's Klose showing how it's done for Lazio. Pushing into Chiellini, then there's another tumble to the ground.
To exchange pleasantries as the ball's to the other end with Marchisio, finding Quagliarella now. Giovinco's in the middle. The cross is deflected by Biava. And a high ball with Klose again, getting in front of his defender. Chiellini.
Sato telling him to get back up. The German international
has been on the ground a few times so far this afternoon. As Barzagli finds Pogba. Deflected ball into the area for Quagliarella. And Radu arriving. And just stripping the ball away under the legs of Quagliarella.
You get the feeling that Juventus are trying to up the tempo of the game. Pick their passes quicker. Show more character in their game. They are playing at home.
As Pogba wants to float one into the area for Marchisio. Well, how many times have we seen Pirlo do exactly that? With Marchisio floating dangerously in front of the keeper. And this time the ball from Pogba, not up to the standard of Pirlo, as Asamoah now can put a cross into the air. It's deflected as well. Giovinco gets past Biava. But Biava just shugs him away.
Giovinco going around the long side of Biava.
And Bonucci showing a few skills there.
This is dangerous for Lazio. They're being pushed further and further back. They're not getting the tackles in midfield.
Samoa takes on Candreva. Favourable ricochet, but then Concord comes across in cover. And Lazio still unable to get out of their own half. It really is a positive moment here for Juventus.
It was well read by Biava. He cut out the run of Marchisio. Now the chance for the counter-attack, but
indeed, but Ledesma with a poor pass there, poor option. Thought he was caught in two minds between Hernandez and Gonzalez. In the end, finding neither. And now Samoa again inside for Giovinco. Biava standing tall.
Again, Biava to the rescue. How often, though, is he going to be there to make those decisive tackles?
Here's Giovinco in the area again, and Concord dispossesses him but can't avoid the corner. Juventus get their second corner of the evening.
And for the first time, we get the sense of approval from the Juventus support. They can see their team, they're upping their effort. They're pressing Lazio in every area of the pitch. And this is becoming more like a Juventus performance under Antonio Conte.
Giovinco, the near post this time. Pogba with an overhead kick that goes over the crossbar. And we're hoping for a better display of technique there from the 19-year-old Paul Pogba.
Well, he had something to live up to during the week. Certain Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but also his own teammates last weekend, Asamoah and Quagliarella with their overhead kicks. And perhaps Quagliarella keep back the young Frenchman a couple of hours after training for a personal course on the overhead kick.
True, we saw him pre-match training, Pogba, with some impressive efforts on goal. There's now Juventus on the attack again with Isla. Tries to go past Gonzalez, and then a horrible return pass from Fred Vidal. He gets an applause from his compatriot Isla nonetheless, but you'd expect better from Vidal.
Maybe Isla just too scared not to give his compatriot a round of applause. He has the nickname the Warrior. But again, Juventus looking dangerous more down the left-hand side with Asamoah. Well, going back to Pogba, his two shots that we saw warming up were very similar to the position on the pitch that he scored against Napoli, and that is where he seems to know exactly the dimensions of the goal. Whereas inside the penalty box, he also scored with that header against Bologna, but his acrobatics need to be brushed up upon, I think.
You mentioned Vidal looking like a warrior. Well, the All Blacks have been playing in Rome this afternoon against the Italian rugby team, and tonight, well, Juventus donning the All Black as well, and you'd be excused for thinking that there are some All Blacks out there on the pitch tonight, and Vidal is definitely one of them. As a poor pass there, picked up from Marchisio. Here's a Samoa, and Concord, a brilliant intercept there behind him. And Juventus now trying to force the pressure once again on the Lazio defence. Biava.
Tries for a handball by Biava, but it was once again the experienced central defender getting in that all-important interception. But there's no midfield at the moment for Lazio. They're missing Mauri, they're missing Lulic, they're missing that running, pressing. Brocchi at the moment is in no man's land.
And Juventus have won themselves a free kick here. Giovinco being fouled. Well, also, it's Klose and Hernandez here discussing their options. Hernandez hasn't really come into his own so far in this match. His position is relatively new by Petkovic. He's been trying to push him a bit further up from his traditional midfield position. Tonight, he's been a bit caught out as well in two minds as to where his position should be. But now Lazio have to defend this free kick. Giovinco and Vidal over the ball. You favour Giovinco to swing this in. Three men in the wall for Lazio.
You know, Giovinco has the ability to even go for a direct shot on goal here and find the back of the net.
Up steps Giovinco, and he does indeed go straight to goal, but Marchetti was well positioned, and it went straight to the Lazio keeper.
The Lazio keeper this time was well positioned. He wasn't for Roma's second goal last weekend. An uncommon mistake for Marchetti. It was a mistake by Giovinco though.
Leaving the ball behind him. Conco forward for Candreva.
And there is a section of the Juventus support still not convinced that Giovinco, in his second spell at the Bianconeri, has what it takes to be this term that they love to use in Italy now, a top player.
Well, of course, with Vucinic regularly winning the spot in front of him, the first team. Giovinco really needs to prove himself in these opponents now. Is Giovinco on the turn? Well, we were saying Giovinco does need to prove himself, and that would have exactly been what his coaches asked of him.
Great skill here by Giovinco, just brings the ball down. It's the first time he's been able to turn Biava out of position. Didn't get any real power on the shot, but Giovinco, his skills are never in doubt.
Well, his second opportunity of the match, the first coming on 19 minutes, and now in the 31st, he's shot wide from outside. As his first was stopped well by Marchetti.
And Giovinco's he's always in for a lot of criticism because he always goes searching for possession.
That's a wonderful job here, and Giovinco, well, what an opportunity for Giovinco. A brilliant first touch from Sebastian Giovinco, putting himself in a scoring opportunity, but couldn't find the back of the net.
And again, it turned Biava, and this could be the turning point in the match. Giovinco, twice in 2 minutes, he's got away from the experienced central defender, thanks to his unbelievable skills. Still hasn't found the right angle for his shots, but it will come.
He does score some pretty goals, and that really deserved a better finish for the way that he controlled that ball. There's a Pogba.
If I give me a minute to finish giving him the credit he deserves. He's never one to put his head down and not go looking for possession, no matter how difficult an evening he's having. And he'll always run at the defender. He is entertainment guaranteed, even when he trips up over the ball.
Chiellini finds Vidal. Isla's open on the right-hand side. He's quickly shut down by Radu. And Hernandez lending out a hand in defence, leaving Pogba open. The ball for Asamoah, well guarded by Candreva. As Lazio realise they need a few more numbers defending in this part, and now here's an opportunity for a counter-attack. A lovely ball for Gonzalez. Hernandez is stopped by Barzagli, rather, and Lazio get a throw-in. Radu for Hernandez. Ledesma opens up play on the right-hand side for Candreva. He's got Conco, but he decides to shoot, and it's deflected, and it'll land right in front of Buffon. He takes an easy catch in the end. It's really the first glimpse of a Lazio attack in a very long time. Juventus have completely dominated in the last 15 minutes.
The important point for Petkovic and his players is that they've been hemmed back. They have suffered this Juventus pressure, but they have not conceded a goal.
As again, it's a Asamoah with a poor pass straight to Gonzalez. Juventus win the ball back. Chiellini back to Bonucci. Now Vidal, a great first touch. He goes down in front of the area here, but no free kick has been awarded.
And that's the third time this match that the referee has ignored a player tumbling in and around the penalty box. This time the free kick is awarded for Marquise's challenge on the back of Ledesma. Let's see the replay here. Well, there was certainly contact.
It was outside the box if there was contact, and it was a bit of a shove there from Ledesma. It brought down Vidal. Orsato waving play on. As Klose rising high, winning the aerial challenge, plays it down for Hernandez. Radu. Cross for Conco. Brocchi. Candreva keeping the ball in play. Turnover for Juventus now as Vidal finds Pogba.
And Lazio certainly playing a more of a containment game. Despite all the talk before the heading up from the capital, Hernanes said after seeing Inter what they did here at the Juventus Stadium, we understood that Juventus were not unbeatable, and that's given us the courage to come here and try and look for the 3 points. Well, that was before the game actually started, and we can see that Lazio have not started with 3 forwards like Inter did. They have not set out looking to put pressure on the Juventus defence. They're sitting with 5 in midfield, they've got 4 in defence, they've got Klose pretty much up there on his own.
So they talk the talk, they can't walk the walk, Paul. Is that what you're saying? They needed to come here with a better attitude if they were indeed going to look for those 3 points.
And nice as you want to say out the opening 45 minutes. Have a go in the second, but that is what we expect from the smaller clubs, not a team that believes they can finish in the top 3.
Hernanes, goal for Gonzalez, doesn't get there in the end, he recovers. The Brazilian still going, offloads it for Klose. The ball back for Hernanes, a chance now, but he couldn't shoot. And a great defensive play from Chiellini. And in the end, Vidal walks away with possession, but Hernanes not showing the confidence that we've seen from him in past matches.
He got the break there in midfield, and he continued running. There was a return pass from Klose, but it was well marshalled by Chiellini, just ushering the number 8 out wide.
There's Radu proving a handful on the left-hand side for Isla, as Biava and Giovinco tangle. The referee's assistant this time spotting the infringement by Giovinco. Free kick to Lazio. As we're in the 37th minute of play, still no goals at the Juventus Stadium. Now in round 13 of the Serie A team season 2012-2013 with Juventus.
And here's the pass again from Klose to Hernanes, and it was well defended by Chiellini.
Excellent work from Giorgio Chiellini, Italian international defender. Barzagli was fouled here. The referee on the spot to award the free kick to Juventus. Taken by Bonucci. Pogba. Well, Paul just kept in play. No, the linesman saw it out, and Pogba with another error. Not a positive first half performance from the young 19-year-old.
And here we're seeing why Conte has decided to play Pogba more in the inside midfield positions, not in the centre playmaking role. He can use his athletic ability, breaking forward, winning the tackles.
He's usually coming on as a substitute as well, meaning that he plays against tired opponents. He's able to exploit his speed.
But let's remember, he is still a teenager. And to reach the standards that Andrea Pirlo has said, there are very few midfielders in the world who could do it.
Absolutely, as Samoa's cross is cut out, he gets another chance now. Samoa loops it into the box, and Conco denying Giovinco possession. Candreva back to the French defender. He's got Marquise all over him. Candreva with a high ball for safety. Bonucci cross to Isla. Vidal. As Barzagli comes up. And Quagliarella fouled by Siani. And this is a goal-scoring opportunity for Juventus, with a free kick awarded 30 metres out.
There is no Pirlo. There is no Vucinic. Vidal decided he was going to take it. Giovinco comes across as well. The referee showing the Lazio players that he's got a whistle, and it will be used.
He does indeed have a whistle. And now he walks back the required distance. Looks like there'll be a 5-man wall for Lazio.
Vidal has been sent packing. Giovinco will take over the free kick. He's also got Isla beside him now. Isla decides to drop wide. It means it would take a Lazio player out of the wall.
As the whistle goes, Giovinco plays it in for Isla. The cross is blocked by Gonzalez. The set piece there not coming off for Juventus. As Isla's onside here, can get the cross in. He can, it's a weak cross, but Quagliarella gets there, the back heel. And Barzagli, or Bonucci rather it was, who had the opportunity to shoot.
Again, the back heel from Quagliarella. That's how he set up Asamoah last weekend. And he's trying to set up another goal, and from this angle, he's looked to be offside.
Well, Giovinco's corner comes to no avail. Marchetti again. And a safe pair of gloves. He starts play. Directly to Asamoah. Chiellini plays it forward. Siani with the intercept. Now Hernandez avoids the challenge of Vidal, who goes crashing down. Well, may have taken a boot to the face here by Hernandez. Was it accidental? Or
has he holding something else?
It will be a dangerous play. Free kick awarded to Juventus.
First held his face and then apparently was nursing his ribs. Vidal seems to be okay. And Hernandez, has he been pushed further forward by Petkovic?
3.5 minutes plus stoppages remaining.
Isla is in yards of space down his right-hand side, and Juventus continue to go down the left, where it's all very crowded with Candreva and Concord defending well.
As has Biava, denies Giovinco possession. With high balls, it's pretty easy to get the ball from Giovinco as he runs into the area now. He's pushed out by Siani. Giovinco gets the pass inside, but once again Hernandez. Now Gonzalez forward for Glose. Can he hold up play and wait for support? He does indeed. Brocchi.
Brilliant play by Klose. 3 Juventus players sliding in, not one got anyone near him.
Now Candreva, cross for Ledesma. Lazio switching play over to the left-hand side with Radu. Gonzalez's ball for Hernandez is poor. And Giovinco almost kick-starting counter-attack, but he was fouled by Ledesma. And it will be a free kick to Juventus.
Both Gonzalez and Ledesma charging in there, closing down Giovinco as quickly as possible. Otherwise, Juventus would have been on the counter-attack.
Asamoah.
Lazio, you can see they've regrouped, they've got their defenders back in position. And Biava again with another important challenge. See, Lazio defending well, but they won't be able to last the entire 90 minutes against this Juventus side. Top scorers in the league once again. They scored 10 goals more than Lazio.
And Lazio have had some trouble scoring on the road as well, as you mentioned. It's all well and good at the Olimpico. They've gone 2 matches without scoring a goal. Ledesma. Again unable to get the ball to Klose. Chiellini with the intercept. He runs forward, finds Vidal. Back to Pogba now. He's playing just in front of the defence. Isla. Pogba. A low ball for Quagliarella. Here's Pogba again. Out wide for Asamoah, but Candreva taking no chances, putting the ball out for a corner. Now, can Juventus take something from this positive first half performance? In the final minute of the first half. Giovinco in the area, inside. And Barzagli arriving a little late to have a shot on goal there as the Isla plays it all the way back to Buffon. A long ball forward for Vidal. Radu has been exceptional tonight against the Chilean. Now, forward for Gonzalez. Uruguayan quickly shut down by Isla and Pogba. Vidal.
been a solid Juventus performance, by far the better of the two sides out there, but it's been predictable. Petkovic has said at his Lazio side, having studied obviously Juventus in video week after week, he knows exactly what he's come to expect. The sense of something unpredictable has only come from one player, that's been Giovinco. His shot forcing the only real save from Marchetti so far in the first half, and then hopefully turned Biava twice in the space of a minute, around about the half-hour mark. That seemed to spark Juventus into life, but again, Lazio have thrown bodies in the midfield. The defence has looked solid, even with Diaz going off in 20 minutes. Serie has coped well with what he's had to deal with. And now we're into stoppage time, and it's still 0-0, and Lazio will be far the happier of the two sides going into the break this week.
Giovinco plays it into the area. The headed on goal. It's wide of goal. Easy pickings for Marchetti. 2 minutes of added on time to play. As Marchetti roots it high into the air. Zagli.
But also, we've got to look at the statistics throughout the year, and in the second half, Juventus have earned 12 more points with a second half performance. No other side has improved after the interval like Juventus, while Lazio are the opposite, especially in the last 15 minutes, so they've still got plenty to unfold here at the Juventus Stadium.
Islet caught offside here. Be interesting to see the replay. With all eyes on the referee. As end of 45 minutes to expire. The stoppage time is about to expire. Petkovic will be happy. Will we see any substitutions in the next 45 minutes? Of course, Simone Pepe has just come back from injury for Juventus. He's another attacking player as Giovinco is offside here. And right in front of it here, we got a good view. It was definitely offside. Well, that's it for the first half. No goals at the Juventus Stadium. We'll be back with the second half in just a short while. Don't go away.